Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. It's one of those days today, Alright, I do my normal shopping on the particular day I do my normal shopping here. And I go to the Will like I usually do, and kind of went with a specific thing in mind, but couldn't find anything I wanted, but found things I liked anyways, but you shall see that shortly. Now, something kind of told me at the beginning, as I walked out the door to change my shoes, and I don't know if those made it into the boot hole or not, but they have really, well, I'll show you shortly, high heels, kind of like fancy lift shoes, and they came from the Will a year or so ago. I don't know, I've had them a while. And I put them on, and they just felt like, I don't know, clunky. And I'm like, well, but the pants I'm wearing, and it's wet outside, are kind of long, and I didn't want to like walk on them. But I'm like, well, if they're on my feet, screw it, wear them out anyway. And I've worn them out before. I mean, these aren't like shoes I just wore for the first time. Do my thing at the Goodwill. Spent, I don't know, half an hour, maybe half an hour, I don't know. Go and get gas, because when you pull out of the Will, you're on that same side of the street that the gas station is on. It's just safer that way, because, all the Connecticut drivers that come up to Mass, and of course the Massachusetts ones are kind of not all that great either, but that's another story. Alright, get out of the car. There's this old lady ahead of me getting gas, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to sit here waiting for her, because I don't know how the hell long she's going to be there. Okay, get out of the car, pull up behind her at the pump behind her. Not more than 4 feet from my car to her car, thump. These are the shoes I'm talking about. And these are from Funky Chunk. I can't remember what store had them. It might have been the Topic at one time. I don't know, but they're like the fancy chunks. Well, step out of the car. That happens. But I didn't fall on my ass. I just kind of stumbled a bit and, kind of stumbled into the car. And she's looking at me like, be gone, with this like disgusted look on her face. And I'm like, the sole of my shoe fell off. I'm laughing my ass off. If they were flats, flatter shoes, I probably could have just pulled, well, no, because the heel is on there pretty securely. I probably could have just ripped it off and gone just this way. But, what the fuck? And I don't know if I'm even going to bother glue them together, because like I showed in the, where I got the old, in my farewell to my awesome boots haul there video thingy, that I had epoxied the fancier boots that kind of look like this together, and that worked. So I don't know, but these are only like $3 from the Will, but I kind of liked them. But they are kind of, I don't know what size these are. Hey, no longer now, I cannot see. I don't know what size these are. Might have said at one point, but I can't see anymore. But they seemed kind of big. Oh, and I had to do that. That's not grunge on the bottom. That's actually duct tape, because there's no grip on these whatsoever. So, yeah, these I think I'm just going to chuck the chucks. So, it's kind of sad, because I like those boots, and they're a unique pair, so it's not like I have a lot of that same type, like I do other boots, especially when you have short legs and long pants. So, that's that. But, all was not lost. I have, like, an extra outfit, per se, in my car. Because sometimes my spare grandmother might want me to, like, do some sort of cleaning or climb around that I don't want to do in my, like, good clothes. So I figured, well, I'll have a pair of, like, work clothes that I can put on in case you need something and I don't have to climb around in, like, a skirt or something, So I have that in my car, plus the boots besides. Because, if I'm wearing shoes like that, I don't want to climb over counters putting curtains up and stuff. So, I had these in my car. Just, I think they might have been a man's, I don't know. They're just sort of an ugly shoe with a good tread that are good to work around in. And I don't think those made it into my boot haul either, because they were buried in my car. So, fortunately, I had a spare boots to wear. But they weren't tall enough, so my jeans are all crappy on the bottom now, but but the thing was, I make it to the woman's car, and I'm like, well, I made it this far. I need gas. So if anybody remembers Carol Burnett in The Old Man that Tim Conway used to do, how he used to walk like this, that's pretty much how I had to do across the parking lot, scuffling along, and then flip onto the step. Scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. Paid for my gas, scuffle, 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 flip. Scuffle, scuffle. And this older guy is like, did you hurt yourself? You know, kind of limping? No, my shoe fell off. And he's like, it's like, well, I was gonna guess anyways, scuffle across. Then I usually get, you know, my $1.06 coffee there from the gas station. I earned this one. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that while my shoe is like this, because it would take me 10 million years to get there and back. So I'm like, wait a minute, I think I still have that pair of boots in the car. Go in the car, change my boots, I'm like, I'm going to get my coffee, and the guy was still there, and I'm like, this is why people like me have spare things in the car. And he's like, you're a smart girl. I'm like, yes, I am. So that was that today. Then it's like, everybody and their brother was talking to me today. It's like, you know, I'm not normally a people person. I always feel like I come off either a little odd. I'm not as bad now that I'm properly medicated. So, I always feel like people are like, I don't want to talk to you. But, like, lately they're like, I don't know, they're just, like, visiting with me. You know, it's complete and total strangers, you know. You be nice there. So, it was like the lady at the bank, then this couple of, you know, with the carriages, couldn't get the carriages together, but I managed to get a few, so I, you know, pulled one out for them. And then I see them multiple times in the store, and then one of the girls that work there that talks to me, because she, like, you know, we talk about the hair, was talking to me. The lady at the wheel talked to me, because she wanted to know about, her daughter wanted, I think, purple hair, but when it dried out, or, you know, when she bleached it and then purple, it turned gray. It's like, well, yeah, because it acts like a toner. So I was explaining that to her. So it's like, it's like, my bubble, my bubble. My hamster bubble kept bouncing off of everybody today. And that's a reference to a cartoon that a friend of mine put up on Facebook about explaining introverts. We all have hamster balls. So, you know, if you say hi and we'll, you know, don't mind waiting for it, we will allow you into the hamster ball. Otherwise, we will run you over. So, that was today. So, I just came back from the grocery shopping. Figured I'd do the haul while the adventure was still fresh in my mind. And give me a chance to... But, when my shoes were still in one piece, I got this stuff. And I'll just stop top of the pile here. And I usually try... Now, I hate e-bears, okay? I really do. When you actually go into a Goodwill, and it's not like... There's one guy and his kid looking for name brand stuff, and he's looking at like women's shoes, and this kid's like, well, here's this fancy brand, and here's that fancy brand, and it's like, I just feel like you're robbing from the poor. I mean, some of us don't have the option of shopping other places than Walmart and the Goodwill, you know? I feel like, you bastards, you know? Make your money some other way, not steal from us. So that just kind of pisses me off, you know, people that get the, you know, fancy name brand stuff, and you know, it's like, go to the original store. Those of us who can't afford the fancy pants stuff, you know, where else are we going to get it? So I don't even know where this type of stuff, you know, where you would get, you know, fancy things like this in, you know, regular stores. And usually, you know, we kind of discover together what the brands are. I never actually look at the brand, but I try to look at, like, the materials. At least, you know, if I'm wearing, at least as far as sweaters are concerned. And I've discussed that before. And I still don't know if cashmere is a goat or not. But this is a 100% cashmere sweater from Ann Taylor, which sounds familiar, but I don't know. And I like the natural fibers, I guess you would say, because that's like the only thing. I don't get them because, oh, it's cashmere. It's because I don't generate electricity. I'm like a group of Pikachu, you know? If I'm in like polyester sweaters and, you know, those things. And it's always fun if you're going shopping and you're in your car or with a carriage wearing these sweaters. It's like, which is why I like these. This doesn't happen as much. So I saw this and kind of matches my hair. I mean, the color's kind of, it's not pink enough so I could like it. It's more of in a purple pink, I don't know. But I kind of like the collar was kind of like rolled down. And it's like a bulkier sweater. And it's got that little tie back in the back. I don't think it's long enough to pull off the leggings, though. Maybe. I don't know. But I mean, I can kind of tell when I feel them. Ooh, it's a cashmere. Or it's a Angora. They're heavy, but they're really, really warm, too. So that's, like, important. Otherwise, why bother wear a sweater? Especially in our lovely, psychotic New England weather we have. So, I picked this up, and this was $4. So, I don't know. I mean, do they sell these things in, like, JCPenney? See, for me, JCPenney and Target and Macy's are, like, the rich folk stores. Like that. So, what are the rich folk people who casually shop at Macy's? What's the next step up from that? I have no idea. I don't even bother go into stores like that. Because you could be wearing these fancy pants stuff, but somehow they sniff ghetto on you. And they look like, why are they here? Like you're going to nick something from them. So it's like, yeah, screw you. I'll deal with my own kind, So that's my long-winded story about my fancy sweater. In, I don't know what size this was. Did it say? I'm assuming this is S, small. I'm on the flip, so you can't really see it close up, but it's a strange looking something. Well, since there's only one symbol, I'm thinking it's an S, but since it's stretchy and it looks kind of big, I think I can get my person into it. So this is kind of nice. Hefty, too. So this is the kind of thing you can wear out, I would think, without having to wear a jacket. So, it's like a shirt and a jacket all in one. I don't know where about that. My shoe broke it. You told me that before I left and I didn't listen. I'm sorry. This is why we don't wear shoes. Now, the next things I got were, I was kind of looking for something to use as lining, but I couldn't find anything. But shopping around, of course I'm tempted when it's $1, so these other things are all a buck. And I came across these. Now I actually chopped up those pair of pants because they were back in the 90s when they were high-waisted, and I hate high-waisted stuff just because you suck in your folds of flesh. But they're, a little better designed now. And I found these. But they have like a stretchy waistband, which I thought was kind of cool. And these are 9s from Mosimo Supply Company, which I think either comes out of Kmart or Walmart, because it sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know. Where was I? Yes. I'm not sure which part of me you're getting here. And I had a pair of pants similar to this. I might still, but I don't know if they fit, And these are, just sort of a mock camouflage. And I liked how, I think somebody wore them with the same problem I do, they're too long, so you step on the back. But with a camo type of thing, it works, because, the distressed kind of thing just makes sense. I don't know. And it has, I think, actual pockets. Woo! Are these real pockets? Yeah, those are real pockets too. You can never have too many pockets. So you get the pockets on the side there, 2 pockets in the back like usual, plus your pockets in the front. Are these real pockets? Yay! I hate fake pockets, passionately. But I liked the fact that they were kind of a stretch band. I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, they look like they'll be a lot more comfy, but I don't know. So, low-rise relaxed. So I thought those were kind of neat. So these would be considered colorful for me. Would they go with this top? Maybe. I don't know. So we'll see if I can get into them. And I don't think the rest of them stretch. Oh, they do have a little stretch to them. Oh, well, that's even better still. I can get my ass into them. Oh. You can never have too much stretch. So that's that. 100% cotton. So I thought that was kind of nifty. Something different to have, Wear my camo pants and my fancy camo. My $1 pants and my $4 pants. Now, the next thing I got, I'm not quite sure how it'll look on me, because sometimes it makes your butt look bigger than it is, and we really don't need that. But these I thought were kind of neat. Oh, even neater close up. I thought they were just sort of a zipper, but they're like, does this zipper actually work? Oh my gosh, it works! That is so freaking cool. Timber! Stay. Okay. Now these are, again, like a stretchy pant, but they're a cotton pant. And these actually, I think, just said extra grande, so these might be too big. But again, you know how they make your butt look big like this. And I thought they were kind of like, I mean, if they fit like leggings, that'd be kind of cool. But they might be just sort of a, they're like a really thin denim-y type of thing. But on the ankles here, I don't know if we can pick this up, the zipper looks like this, which is really neat. It gets even cooler. It unzips, I don't know if you can even pick this up, like that. I've never seen that before in my life. That is so freaking cool. Where it's, the teeth are like really big teeth and each tooth has a gem in it. I've never seen that before in my life. Why is this cool feature way on the bottom of your leg? This is something they should have, you know. That is really neat. You know, it should be up, you know, around the waist or like an actual pair of jeans and have that feature up here so you can see it better. So, that's them. So I'm not quite sure how they'll fit, but I just thought it was neat. But again, like I said, they're extra large, so some extra large is huge, some are like, eh, so I don't know. I don't think my butt looks that big, but you can never tell. So, not quite sure how these will work. But I just thought that feature was neat, and that was only $1. And the final thing I actually got for, nope, there was one more. Okay, I lied. Like usual. Well, let me do this. This thing I got, again, I don't know, no, I think that one is blue. Too many moving parts. Again for $1, which way is front? Okay. These buttons are like really stupid. It's really annoying. I think that one's kind of ripped, but I usually, you know, I think I just sew it together anyways, because you can never, it's a pain in the butt. Or I'll just forget. But it's just a little summery dress. It's sheer without being, oh, I see your knickers. So, but I thought, you know, that'd be good again with leggings. That's if our summers are as psycho as our winters. And it's not really a black. Up against my gray pants, it comes off more as a gray. So it's just a little summer dress that has no idea. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's from Jolie. I have no idea. I'm Polish. What am I? Joule. Jolie. Some fancy thing in French. And this is a grande, 100% polyester. So, I think there should be plenty of room for me in there, right? I have things that are similar to this. I have like a blue thing I think I showed you, but I, you know, hemmed it. It was like a long dress and I hemmed it and I used that with leggings, which is nice. There was something, it was like a house coat type of thing. Like in my last haul, that maybe we'll make it up before this one, that wine color, that kind of magenta, dark, you know, lovely color. But it had a hidden zipper in it. And it only went down so far. So I guess it was more considered a nightgown. I'm like, no, I want to be able to get out of this thing. You know? I mean, I don't know. It's just not quite the technical hardware I would want on this particular piece of garment. It's like, just give me a regular red zipper, you know. So I didn't pick that one up. It was so nice. It was so pretty and it looked so nice and comfy, but it's like, and the hidden zippers are a pain in the butt too, because they have a habit of catching the fabric, and especially on a velour. So I bypassed that one and consoled myself with this. Now this actually came from Walmart because it's a white stag, but I got it for cloth because I'm looking for something other than the 3 shades of pink that I've got in my thing. So I'm thinking, you know, this will go with like oranges and yellows and greens and browns. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, something, I mean, black might make you look smaller, but these colors just make you look 3 times bigger. So, it's just not a good pattern for clothing. And this, people, is a medium. So, I don't know. Ugh. I mean, it just looks so huge. I don't know. This type of pattern belongs more on a bag and a person. Okay. So, that's what I got that for. I mean, I would not wear these colors. Depends how you do these colors. Kitty says, "Where?" So, that was my... And the thing was, I'm looking, because my shoes were just doing weird things. And then they just felt funny, but I'm like, usually they're a little big, so you kind of slide in them. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's the socks. So I'm like, eh. So I'm looking at the wheel, and I think it's because it's tax time, and there's like a tax place, everybody and their freaking brothers there in the way, and it's like, we all know how I love shopping around people. They're all there by the shoes, but there was nothing wonderful. Otherwise, I would have had a new pair of shoes to fit. But these would have to go back in the car, I think. Good thing to have. I even have, like, I think a wool coat and stuff in there, too. So if I ever get stranded, I'm pretty much set. So that is my exciting adventure shopping today. I mean, if you want to know what's inside a shoe like this, there you go. And seriously, the epoxy freaking works. A thin layer will stick 2 bricks together easily. Not like I know that or anything. So that is it for my confused what the hell is today haul. I don't know. I think I should just hide in a corner, but I can't. Gotta finish other stuff. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Do comment, rate, subscribe. And I shall see you all next time. You've been warned.